had severe asthma growing up, so sports wasn't supposed to be a thing for me. Almost diagnosed wasn't supposed to I never did a whole lot of sports growing up because I was kind of like a sickly child, really. But if you know me, I'm a stubborn monk, so I don't really take orders very well. So I think that is a personal challenge. Doctor's like, yeah, you're not gonna do it. This. So I started doing like breathing techniques at a younger age. Started trying to find natural remedies that help fix my asthma, little stuff like that, and kind of took off from there. I went to George Mason University. I was 11th time Olympic. Then went on to go on to three USA teams, USA champion, broke the world record in 2014, 4x4, USA gold medal, or Team USA gold medal in the Olympics. And yeah, the professional, had a 10-year professional career.
Join me, Jeremy Swick, on Into the Unknown, a podcast that delves into the personal journeys, stories, and experiences of individuals across diverse professions. As a historian by trade, I firmly believe that our personal histories shape our present and offer valuable insights into our paths ahead. With that being said, let's get into it. On this episode of Into the Unknown, I am joined with a very special guest, David Verburg. How are you doing today, man?
Doing well, man. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Man, we're talking a little bit. It's been a while since we've seen each other. It's definitely been a while since we got to play together, man.
It is. The last time we saw each other was wow. It was the rugby pitch in Atlanta. I forget what tournament it was. It was in June though, and it was a rough one for me, but we had a really good day though.
Yeah, man, it was fun. I always like to kick off the show and talk about the importance of networking. How are we actually connected, man?
How are we actually connected? Uh, we met. It was to rugby, wasn't it? Correct, right? Like it was. I showed up to a rugby, lost and confused, and we just clicked, and then we just kind of went that way. I became a Sumo Warrior. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be a elected member.
Hey, man.
But yeah, uh, it's crazy the way the world works. But yeah, we would have never linked it otherwise. But yeah, we met on the rugby pitch, and that's just another testament to the beauty of the game. Like the different types of people you'll meet on the field, off the field, just being involved in that game. So yeah, man.
I couldn't agree more, man. It's just funny how people connect, how people meet. And I still remember when you first showed up to practice, it was kind of post 2020, so maybe 2021, give or take. And we're all warming up, and this new guy, David V, shows up, and all of a sudden, this man, when I say he is stretching perfectly, he is stretching perfectly. And it was like, oh, there might be something to this guy. And then we start doing our runs and our jogs, and all of a sudden, this man is gone.
Yeah, man, it's all the preparation. I didn't even realize y'all looking at me stretching. I didn't realize that was the thing. But yeah, man, I was nervous to be quite honest. I was there just trying to. I was a rookie and a rookie, so I was there just trying to, just get in where I fit in and just blend in and enjoy the game.
It was great, man. You were more than willing to jump in. We go down to a tournament, and you played your first game with us, and it was kind of off to the races from there. Figuring out as we go, realized you probably did great from a farther start. You were able to get that fast breaking speed, and you were gone, man.
Yeah, no, that was probably like the biggest learning curve for me was especially at sevens was just learning the depth, right? Understanding that and just learning with my team, understanding that I could have like a couple of steps closer or like further away than some people, right? And like having other coaches and teams understand that like, no, I promise you, like I'll cover the space, just get it there. But that's it's also me learning how to kind of taper my speed because it doesn't have to be the fastest man out there if you're leaving your teammates behind, if you can't, work with the flow of the ball. So it was a lot to, it was a learning curve for me as well, just learning to move with other people. I'm so used to trying to get away from you all the time. So now I have to, try to be connected with the guy next to me instead of trying to beat him. So it was a fun learning experience for me too.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Rugby is one of those great games, and I've had the honor of playing it the last 15 years, man. It's been fun. I've slowed down a little bit, but I don't think I'm quite ready to hang up the cleats just yet.
You see the old boys play, they go forever. Yeah.
You already know, man. So, man, let's jump into it too. Like, I want to know that comic book issue number one, that origin story. Who are you, man?
That's a loaded question. Who am I? I ask myself that every day. I'm still I'm still trying to figure out how to answer it. But long and short of it, let's see. I was adopted at 6 weeks old. Shout out to my parents. And from there, I moved around the country. Like I lived everywhere from Wyoming to Kentucky, to Florida. We met in Atlanta. I've been everywhere. Had severe asthma growing up, so sports wasn't supposed to be a thing for me. Almost died. Wasn't supposed to like I never did a whole lot of sports growing up because I was kind of like a sickly child, really. But if you know me, I'm a stubborn monk, so I don't really take I don't really take orders very well. So I think that is a personal challenge. Doctor's like, yeah, you're not gonna do it. I'm like, watch this. So I started doing like breathing techniques at a young age. Started trying to find natural remedies that help fix my asthma, little stuff like that. And kind of took off from there. I went to George Mason University. I was an 11th All American there. Then went on to go on to three USA teams, USA champion, broke a world record in 2014, 4x4, USA gold medal, achieved USA gold medal in the Olympics. And yeah, the professional, I had a 10-year professional career in track and field. So yeah, it was a hell of a ride. And it's so much in there to pack in. I don't know how I made it. To be fair, I was not the most talented kid in high school. I was far from it. If you see me, I'm not the tallest guy out there, so ready to get some giants. I'm talking my height, but not the tallest guy out there. So yeah, man, it's been a hell of a journey to get to this spot. Yeah, it's been fun, and I've saved turtles before. Had a little viral clip saving turtles. Played some professional sevens with PR sevens rugby. So yeah, I look at life as like side missions. So I'm just trying to get in all my side missions before the game's over. To be quite honest.
David, man, I love that. Let's rewind a little bit. So you said growing up, you weren't able to really be part of athletics. How did you get into track? How did that transition happen?
So the little do soccer for a little while. That'd be cool. Like Boys and Girls Club stuff. And then my dad ran track. I was a track coach, and then my brother ran track. So like when my lungs finally got healthy enough to the point where like, okay, I can do something athletic. Track was like, okay, I want to be like, I want to be like my brother, be like my dad. But it actually started like my whole reason for joining the track team was my girlfriend. Was because there were girls on the team. I was living in Wyoming at the time. The bus trip was 6 hours, and I wanted to travel with girls. It seemed like more fun than traveling with the all boys team. So that was my glorious entry into track and field was like 'cause I did it after my soccer season. My first like track season was 2 weeks long. I did a race, qualified for states, and I was like, all right, like, I'm here now. But yeah, that was my whole reason for track was I wanted to travel with
No.
girls.
So did you start seeing success right away? I mean, you said you qualified for state, but was it an instant success or how did you kind of get in your lane there?
No, I was in shape in soccer, and I was also in Wyoming. So no disrespect to the state, because it has improved a lot. But at the time, Wyoming track and field was it sounded exactly like it sounds to Wyoming track and field. The level of talent my dad has been there. So qualifying for state wasn't. So yeah, no, it wasn't instant success at all. Like I said, I didn't think I was the most talented guy in high school. I didn't have a whole lot of teams coming recruiting me like that early on or anything like that. It was really a a long hiring process. Honestly, I kind of slowly got better each year as I was understanding the sport, as I was understanding the race, and that's what it really took was just maturity. When I first started running, I was just trying to go out there and just raw aggression, blaze it. I had no idea how to kind of control those paces. Like I was talking about, like on a rugby pitch, I didn't know how to control my speed and doing that, I'm getting myself out of races. So it just took some maturity, took some growing up. I started track late, like I said, I didn't run it young, like in AAU juniors. So my first full season wasn't until my junior year. senior was in school in the track and field. Because my parents said they weren't paying for college, so they're like, "How are you getting to school?" And I'm like, "Oh, let me figure this out." So I started taking academic and athletic more seriously, trying to figure out what the next step was going to be for me. And track kind of just took off. I saw a little more success than other things, but I wouldn't say I wasn't a high school phenom. I was like that average guy that ran track. Um, so yeah, it was nothing spectacular.
What drew you to George Mason, or what drew them to you? I guess.
They were in state school. I was in Virginia at the time. They were in state school. The coach there at VGB was starting to build up his program. They had just signed for the Bullard, Nike, Nike national champion the year before, and he was from Virginia. So for me, that was a big deal. Because I'd seen him run in state. Of course, I'd seen him run at Nike. So for them to sign the number one guy in the country at the time was a big deal. I was like, okay, like, what does he know that I don't know? In the sense, like he must have talked to the coach. What is he figuring out that I don't know? And I was like, okay, if he's going there, I can train with him. So I'm training with the number one guy in the country coming out of high school the year before me. So I was like, okay, and that really drew me there. And then they were one of the few schools to offer me any type of money. So I was like, hey, like it's a good track fit, in state, so I can still get back home and miss the folks. Um, and yeah, it just honestly was the best fit at the time for me. It turned out to be the best fit for all 4 years. Honestly, I am so glad I went there and stayed. 'Cause I tried to leave at a certain point. I thought I was too big for my britches. When I got a little faster in my sophomore year, I tried to transfer. And that was before the portal, so it was a little harder back then. But I'm glad it was. 'Cause I would have made a mistake. So,
I love that, man. What happened after George Mason? What did you do after that?
so right after Mason, my senior year, as soon as I crossed the line, essentially at nationals, I got fourth in nationals 2 years in a row, which is it's a rough place to be. Fourth in Fox. But I signed a pro contract right after that. I signed to Adidas. Then I moved to Florida right after that to
What
train.
kind of events did you start doing once you become a pro track athlete? What is that experience like compared to other professional contracts?
Um, can't speak for others because I'm only on a pro track contract. I mean, I'm tired of just speak of Europe. But no, they Adidas and USA Track and Field. Like I was not working. There are a lot of stories out there of track athletes having to work other jobs, and I was blessed to Adidas was taking care of me. USA Track and Field was taking care of me, so that was my job. So it was wake up, um, do my stretching, my body nutrition routine, go to practice, go to weights, go to rehab, eat, recover, and do it all again. Like track was my job when I was professional. Um, but I had it set up that way going into it. I told myself the second I have to start paying for it, I'm out. Not because of lack of love for it, but because um, track's not big enough for the ROI, right? Like it's not enough. You're not getting enough back financially for me to start forking over money into it when so many things are not guaranteed. If I breathe wrong in a race, I can go from first to fifth, and now I'm out of a contract or out of a team spot. So I was blessed enough to have two professional contracts with Adidas, and then one with Diadora. So was one of the last few to be able to say like I ate off of the track. My feet did all the work for me. To be quite honest.
It's amazing, man. So you start competing, you start winning. What happened when you started going to those world championships? Did you see success right away?
Yes and no. Like my first team was a junior team, and I don't really count that because it's juniors. My first senior team, I actually got six at trials. They take top six for the relay. I got six at trials, so I squeaked in. I just barely made it. And then I competed really well when I got over there. It was in Moscow. And I essentially like earned my spot in my relay. Some really fast times in training, weeks leading up to it. So they trusted me with a spot on the prelim round because you do prelim and finals. So they trusted me with a spot on the prelim, after that, I thought I was okay. Like I did my job. I'm done. Like I thought I wasn't gonna get picked for the final because I got sick. There's political stuff, you know. So I'm like, oh, my job's done. So I went out that night. Like I went out, had some beverages, had some experiences. It was a good time. Right? It was a good time. I was a young professional. I knew the boys were gonna take care of it. Win a medal tomorrow. So I'm like, I'm good. I get a call when I get back to the hotel that night. I'm like, hey David, you ready? I'm like, ready for what? Like, yeah, good luck tomorrow, coach. Like you're leading the relay off. Like you're leading off tomorrow. When I tell you I panicked, I had been like walking. I'm treating like my season. Like I'm sitting here like I'm sitting contemplating like should I be honest? Not even honest. Like should I tell coach like hey coach like, I'm in no right now state, but I'm like nah like I'm here to do a job and do my job. So I just slamming some water, went to sleep, woke up the next day and lit off the relay. I had the fastest split at the whole, which is like on the blocks. And the fastest split that day, and that like solidified that day solidified like my spot on like Team USA. After that, I was on every relay until I wasn't anymore. Um, so yeah, that really set me up for like my Team USA future, and it just didn't happen. I'm far away from it now. So, kids, don't say something short. I always follow through until the competition is over, whatever it is, because you never know. But yeah, that was my slow rise to fame right there.
Man, diving into that, like I think that's such an important thing to really think about. At the time, you didn't know any better. You were just going to have a good time. You figured you were done. And I think I like that you mentioned that, the job isn't done until it's actually done, because there's times like that where you're just like, you think you're in the clear, and the next thing you know, your coach is calling you, hey, you're going out there right now.
You know, and that's like I mean, to give our coach, that's for everything, right? Like you could think the project done and your boss is like, hey, like why are you where you at? Like the team's still working. It could be you wiping something and like the job's not done. So whatever it is, see the job through because you never know who's still relying on you. You never know who is still depending on you to see something through. So that's just a little small life lesson, kids, to see whatever it is all the way through.
Absolutely, man. So, 2016, Rio, what was that experience like?
It was surreal. Probably my most cherished moment is the workout, like the opening ceremony, right? Because you see it on TV, you hear the music, like that's like the Olympic moment, right? Because once you get to the competition, it's like at the end of the day, besides the logos, it's like every competition that I've been to, right? We race these people on here, except now it's just stakes are a little bit different, but at the end of the day, like it's another track meet, right? It's another round. But when you walk out in that ceremony, you're like, I am here. Like it's surreal. Like, I am here. Like, you see these in countries that you only see on TV. You got to live and to have friends and family like send me messages and text like, hey, we just saw you like on the team. I almost cried like in that moment. I was like, dang, like if little me could see me now, right? Like all the hard work, the practices, all the little moments of people be like, you can't. It's like, dang, man, you can't get any higher than this moment in my sport. This is it. Like this is our Super Bowl. Yeah, this is big. I think we say our Super Bowl. We got to downplay the Olympics because it's bigger than that. So like, this is a moment and to make it in a sport like track and field that has like such a historic history with the Olympics. Um, was surreal. And I positioned myself on purpose behind like the more famous people on our team because I know they were going to get the TV time. So I made sure I was like directly back into the right room. So yeah, I had it all planned out, man. You gotta go with the strategy. You gotta go with the strategy. But nah, that was probably my most cherished Olympic moment. That in the village because everyone was there. It's like college, but for the world.
That's amazing. So, how did those 2016 Olympics pan out for you? I think we mentioned it a little bit already, but
Bittersweet. I'm not gonna lie. You have this idea blown up in your head of like what the Olympics are gonna be, and then you get there, you realize that it's just another track meet with a little more glitz and glam and everything else. You're like, this is what I'm talking about. But the Olympics for me went. I made it to the semifinal round. I was dealing with a lot of injuries at the time. I had plantar fracture in both my feet, um, which if you go, that it feels like somebody stabbing you in the bottom of your foot with a knife when you're walking. So sprinting at full speed is painful, to say the least. So I was dealing with that. So I made it to the semis, and then medically took myself out from the relay final. So I ran the first round, and then I was like, yeah, this is I can go out there and be a detriment to the team. And this is a wasn't me even me when I first went pro. This is mature me. Um, so it was bittersweet. We still got the medal. Like we still won. I still got to go to the Olympics, but it didn't pan out how I wanted to. But what competition ever really does. I think I've had like one competition in my life where I was like, that's perfect. Um, but like my dad told me one time, like you're a percent of a percent. Like how many people can say like they went there and got to walk away with anything at all. That's not like the experience you had. So, you know, I can say I wanted to be better, but can I really? Because I was there. So that alone is an amazing experience, and I play my success or anybody else's that makes it by saying like, oh, I wanted more. Like I was there. Did I go how I wanted to? No, but I did what I could.
I mean, I think track is such one of those sports that you're sacrificing your body the entire time, from when you first start to when you finally hang up, uh, you know, your shoes. It's I think it's so much. Of course, it's a team effort, but so much of you putting your body through hell, to say the least. It's no easy feat, especially at that kind of level, man.
Oh, for sure. Your body's just basically you're sending it to redline every single day, every single week, and just getting it to recover and just do it again. So it's yeah, it's definitely, but that's any athletic endeavor, right? Pushing yourself to places that the human body doesn't necessarily want to go, which makes it so impressive when athletic things happen, right? Because not everybody can do that. So all the time and hours and everything put into it shows whatever that is. Even if it's for a brief moment of like, dang, they did that. Like it's a testament to your skill and what you've done.
Couldn't agree more, man. So you're in Atlanta. How did you end up hearing about rugby? What started that journey? Because you just had a successful, 10+ year run in track. How did you hear about rugby? What made you decide to actually go out? It's one thing to talk about it, hear about it, but to actually pursue it.
Um, well, I knew Carlin from the Olympics. Like we had met, we had talked on seeing Olympics or rugby being played. I actually knew about rugby from one of my boys, Jake, back in Wyoming, played in high school. But I knew absolutely zero about it. I'm not gonna lie, absolutely nothing. But I knew that I played soccer in the past. I played football. I might not be in track shape. When I say track shape, meaning can I compete with the 1%, top 1% in the world? No, but that still leaves a whole bunch of people I can still hang with. Respectfully. Um, so I was like, okay, like let me just see what it's about because I knew I wasn't gonna be in the MLB. I know when she played baseball. Soccer, the avenue to try to get in a high level seemed too political to try to move through all these avenues. So I was just like, rugby, I was like, it's a newer sport. So I feel like it's going to be more accepting to trying to get into it. So I was like, it looks like fun. I've never seen really, instead rugby play like after watching matches, like everyone's seen real. So I started watching YouTube videos, watching clips online. I'm like, this is like schoolyard football. I'm like, there's some order to it, but I was like, this is adults playing schoolyard football. Essentially, I was like, okay, like even kick, runs. I was like, this team's kind of great. So I started emailing pro teams. I didn't know any better. So I emailed the ATL. That was back when they were ATL Rattlers, not the Rattlers, the ATL.
Rugby
Um,
ATL. But yeah,
ATL. Yeah. So I emailed them like, hey, David Verburg, yada yada, I wanna play. And they were like, yeah, this is a pro team. Like, basically, we don't care. That's what like the initial one said. And then I guess somebody went to my page and realized like, oh crap, he might be serious. Like, let's go at least talk to him. So like, hey, sorry, like, yeah, like this is our academy team. So I actually started off with the ATL academy team and played for them for quite a while. And again, I knew You showed up, I don't know anything, right? And I started with 15. I didn't start with sevens. I started with 15. So they're like, yeah, this is so I'm figuring stuff out on the go. My first game was 2 days after I showed up to practice. I've been playing wing because that's what you do when you're first in there. And it was
Hey,
easy to
go
figure
play
it out.
your wing.
They threw me in a fullback. So I'm in there like I actually have zero clue what's going on. So I'm just in there running. Like, you could tell, man. I loved every minute of it. I played for like 2 minutes my first game, which was like tail end, like hey, because everyone's 5 minutes. Like look, just go in and do whatever. So I'm in there just having a blast for 2 minutes. And now that's sparked it. So I played 15s with ATL, and then moved on to sevens. That's where we met. Then the sevens pitch on that, and then PR sevens was through Tiger Rugby. Paul Holmes and Tiger Rugby has some combines out in Florida. Again, I'm online just searching for avenues. Like I'm online just figuring out like more ways to play. Like how can I get involved in this new sport? So I saw that they have combine in Florida. I was in Georgia, so I'm like, I hopped in my car, drove down to a combine, and did really well. I essentially won the combine in the sense that I had top marks in just about everything. And they were like, man, and helped me get into PR sevens because they saw on my mark I counted for PR sevens combine. Yeah, and then I played I played PR sevens for two going on 3 seasons. And then I just recently stopped at it, but I loved every minute of it.
It's awesome. So, on everyone's journey, man, you make a decision not really knowing the outcome. You make a decision, just go for it. Can you give me an example of that in your life?
Oh gosh, like everything I've mentioned has been just all right, like we here now, let's go. Like I started running track again, just started taking soccer and playing with girls, and then I wanted to get into college for t-shirts. Like that was my whole reason for wanting to be in a pro team or high school team, college team was travel gear, right? Because you're part of a team in college. That's cool. Everyone wants to be in a team in college. That's what I wanted. I walked out of there, 11-time All American, best 20 months to ever be a big. So it's just taking advantage of opportunities given. Is the easiest way to put it. When I see something that's in front of me and it's like, okay, that interests me, like go for it, like 100%. Because at the end of the day, it's a no already, right? I'm sitting here right now, not trying, it's a no. 'Cause whatever that is, it's not. For me, right? Look at rugby. It looks cool, but if I don't ever put myself in the position to make it, nobody's gonna just randomly call me out of the blue like David. I don't show my rugby. That's a movie shit like stuff. Like that doesn't happen unless I put myself into those positions to let it happen. So I'm big about just putting yourself out there. Right? Whatever it is, whether it's a job, if you don't think you're gonna get, like how do you know? Like you never know. Like you really never know. And I put this, I use this, and I'm no political right or left either way. Trump was president. If Trump be president, it's like anybody can. That's neither here nor there, right, left, don't care who you are. That's you know what I'm saying? So who's to tell you you're not able to do it? You can do whatever you want. So just put yourself out there, right? Just go for it.
I couldn't agree more, man. I think so much of it is the opportunity, and if you don't seize the opportunity, it's not gonna knock on your door all the time. You're going to have to go and figure out a way if you really want it, and if you don't, that's all right too. But I think finding your own way to get what you want out of life is a skill, and it's not easy for a lot of people. Even though I think sometimes we make it harder than it needs to be.
For sure. And it's patience, right? Because whatever it is, it's going to take time. And especially if it's worth having. It takes time for things to align. It takes time for things to happen. So just because, like, oh, I want to play rugby, and then it doesn't happen in a week, it's like, well, okay, but, you don't know it's going to happen 6 months, 7 months, you keep trying, whatever it is. So yeah, just patience and just going for it. And the combination, I feel like will be good in the majority of the time. Now, I'm not saying you're gonna conquer the world and get everything you want, but I guarantee you'll be more fulfilled than you not sitting here without. Because at least if you attempt it and fail, you're like, hey man, I tried. Because then you don't have to be stuck with the oh, coulda, shoulda, woulda, which eats you in the back of your mind. Because no, I attempted it, I gave it my all, wasn't for me. Not everything is for everybody, but there's a lot of things that are for you as long as you keep attentive and just give yourself the honest effort. And that again, that goes for sports, jobs, relationships, like whatever it is. You never know until you try out there.
It's so much about experiencing life, man. And the more I tell people, the more you try things, the more you do it, you realize what you like, but you also really realize what you don't like. As you
Yeah,
mentioned, what's not for you. And that's okay too. It's so much of just, I think, figuring it out as you go and, just giving it the best effort.
and 100%. Like, because like you said, like everything's not for everyone. So you'll find your people, you'll find your group, you'll find those things that are for you. That ultimately bring you joy and ultimately journey that we call life. Like what are you doing to make a positive impact in that for yourself and like the people around you? Because if you're not doing things that make you happy or to bring you fulfillment, you're not going to be able to put positivity or and joy out into the world because you yourself are not happy with what you're doing. So I think it's real important for people to to do what you love what you do, and if you don't, like ask yourself, like, okay, what should I be doing? Work, relationship, job, whatever that is. Like, what are you really doing? You don't love that. Do something you do. It's too short for that.
David, I couldn't agree more. It's one of those things I tell people, even if you can't do what you love this second, how are you positioning yourself to start towards that path? Whether it won't happen overnight. So it's like, okay, maybe on my off time, I can start doing a podcast. Maybe I can start learning more about this thing I'm interested in and see how I can actually turn that into a career or some kind of other passion.
Exactly. 100%. 100%. I love that.
So, title of the podcast, man, Into the Unknown. What are you working on right now? What are you up to?
What am I up to? I'm getting ready to head over to Great Britain trials with one of my athletes. He's trying to make his Olympic team. So it's really cool for me to compete and then to switch on being to position to a coaching athlete, to go to the Olympics. It's full circle, surreal moment. Mexico at the same time. I'm in the process of transitioning my jewelry company into watches. I have a project coming where I'm going to launch a watch line, something sports related, a little different, but that's coming the fall launch. So just kind of working and getting those things in order, and then just trying to make sure I can be, a better man, working a better son every day. Trying to stay healthy in my old age of 33. Uh, but yeah, man, that's it. I'm going on a couple speaking tours this summer via some basic and some goodwill work during the games, speed camps over the summer. So yeah, busy summer coming up. Just trying to get everything in order before the coaching comes in the fall, and I kind of buckle down again and get ready to do it. So yeah, whirlwind of a summer coming, but I love staying busy. I love staying busy.
It's exciting, man. So, if people want to learn more about you, learn about your story, where are you on social media? Can they find you?
You can find me anywhere and everywhere at Eddie Verb. It's ADIVERB at every single one of my handles. If you follow me, please just let me know. I try to like connect and follow people back. I'm terrible at answering DMs. Please don't take it personally. Simple multiple. Take it back to you. I'm not stuck up at all. I will follow you back. If you just let me know. But yeah, Eddie. Yeah, and I try to be as inclusive as possible, show little glimpses of my life that can get pretty wild. In the sense that I'm stuff, don't expect anything too crazy.
Well, man, I want to say thank you for taking the time to talk with me. And more importantly, thank you for being a member of the Sumo Warriors, a legendary team that will go down in history. I know you got an Olympic gold, but you also are part of the Sumo Warriors, my friend.
That's going to the trophy. Promise you that. No, thank you for having me. I'm glad like you took time out of your day to have me. It's an honor, honestly. I know you're a busy man. This was a pleasure. Thank you. Hopefully I can come back with some more updates in my life soon.
Can't wait, man. Can't wait. We'll talk soon, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Stay blessed.
That was another fun episode of Into the Unknown. I truly appreciate you taking the time to listen. And if it provides you any value or entertainment, I would love if you shared it with others, liked, subscribed, and really just help the podcast grow. Again, tell a friend, tell a foe. just anyone who might enjoy hearing some stories of people's own journeys and what got them to where they are today. Till next time.